We are here with John Piatelli, which agreed to speak with us today. John is a member of the Italian lacrosse team that won silver medal at the recent European Championship. So we wanted to talk to you. So firstly about the experience, and then maybe we go a bit more in detail about yourself and your career. And for those that don't know, John was our main forward. He scored a lot of goals at the Euros. I think you were top goal scorer, but also top in points. So summing up goals and assists. So great performance, and that led us into the final with Israel. So a bit about the experience, and also maybe a comment on you on the fact that it appeared to me, at least, that there were really 4 good teams, which were the one that made it to the semifinals. Whereas the rest of the games, I don't want to use the word easy, right? But at times it looked like you were playing a bit in easy mode. So, I'll open it to you.
Yeah, for sure. I think short answer is the experience was great. It was my 3rd time playing with Team Italy. I got introduced to it back in 2019. I played with them at the Lisbo Cup, which is I think it's annual tournament that happens in Lisbon, Portugal. So got introduced in 2019. Then obviously COVID hit and kind of, made things difficult, to get to Italy and to play, internationally and all that stuff, and just to play in general, obviously. But then, picked it back up in 2023, where I was a part of the world teams, or the world team that played in San Diego. And, now this past summer, 2 weeks ago, just played with Team Italy again in Poland as you mentioned, for the European Championships. And obviously the main purpose of that is to qualify for Tokyo World Games in 2027. And I think, as we'll probably speak about, is the end goal is getting to the Olympics and qualifying for that. This was just, a great tournament. That was, we had to be top 7 to qualify. So, obviously we got silver, but the main goal was to get top 7 to qualify. And, I think, I've spoken to, a lot of my teammates, when I was there, but I always say that, playing for Team Italy is one of the, most rewarding experiences in lacrosse that I've kind of encountered. I've been lucky to play on a lot of teams and have a lot of great teammates, but I think there's a different sense of, kind of passion and camaraderie with the Italian team, just because guys aren't out there for money. Guys aren't out there for stats or, wins and losses. It's really just about loving the game and that shared passion for the game. So anytime I, play for Team Italia, it is, like I said, it's a really rewarding experience. So 10 days out there in Poland and, being able to, create more bonds and memories with them was surreal. So it was a great experience.
What you thought about the level of play? I know you played college level. Now you play pro indoor, and also compared to the World Championship experience in 2023, where Italy did very well. Do you think that Italy as a team improved, and in terms of the general level of the competition?
Yeah, I would say competition-wise, I think this competition was a little less competitive than the World Games in 23. And then, I would say, as you alluded to, like the top 4, 5, 6 maybe teams were solid, and then there definitely was a bit of a kind of a fall off. But at the same time, like, you can't play down to those teams. I think it's easy to go into the game thinking, oh, we're going to win, and not bring your best depending on, who you're going against. And I think we did a good job of, understanding that we had a good team. We were close. We worked well together. I think we had a, good team, not just a bunch of good individuals that, we had the right mindset of, despite our competition, we got to play our best. So I think we showed that throughout the tournament. But definitely some, weaker teams, but there's definitely some strong teams. And obviously we lost in the end. So there's always opportunities to get better. In terms of like our team this time versus 2023, I would say I think we were more talented in 23 in terms of our roster and the individuals who were on that roster. But I almost think we were closer as a team this time, and guys kind of knew their roles and kind of owned their roles more. And because of that, we were a better team, I think I would say.
Okay, yeah, good question. Good answer, sorry. Is there an adaptation period for you when you switch from playing indoor to field lacrosse, or you kind
Yeah, I
of
mean,
like?
it's a good question. I think a little bit. I mean, we obviously got there a day or two early, had two practices. I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, like lacrosse is lacrosse in my mind. Like I think there's a little adaptation from the box to the field. Box, you're obviously indoors, tighter, a lot more picks, less space out there. There's boards, so the ball is bouncing against the boards. Whereas field, if you miss a pass or throw a bad pass, the ball's out of bounds going the other way. In box, if you throw a pass, bad pass, you might still get it off the boards. So there's definitely nuances to each game, but I'd play, a similar role in both games. Like in field, as you mentioned, like, more of a scorer, like forward, and then in box and forward as well, and trying to score. So at the end of the day, I'm just trying to put the ball in the net. There's a little bit of differences to it, but I don't think it takes me too long to adjust.
Yeah, you are. I'm gonna use a word that in English is gonna sound weird, but you're the bomber. In Italy, we say the bomber for the guy that scores a lot of goals. In soccer,
Yeah.
usually, but
Okay.
I guess it applies to lacrosse as well.
Yeah.
So in a way, you're the guy where, like, when you play very good, it's noticeable, and also probably if you don't score, people are gonna start.
Yeah, exactly. It's it's. I don't know. Everyone, I don't know. I mean, obviously, attackmen get the accolades and the goal scorers get the accolades, but yeah, you definitely, if you're not, producing like you should be, it definitely eats away at you, and definitely can be tough at times.
Yeah. Then you play professional. I think it's Albany, right? It's a
Yeah,
team
in Albany, New York. Yeah.
Albany, New York. And you graduated from Cornell, which Ivy League, quite a lot of tradition in lacrosse. So you've been playing like at a high level, I think, most of your career, I'd say.
Yeah.
How did you first approach lacrosse? And also your brother plays, right? And played for Italy as well in the Euros.
Yeah. 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 We were fortunate where our dad played. I think he picked up a stick. I think like maybe sophomore junior year of high school. So maybe when he was like 14, 15, and then played college with it, and then just like a lot of Italians, just played men's leagues and pickup and with friends and stuff, and really enjoyed the game. And I think what he liked about it was, as a lot of people get to experience, is it can take you pretty cool places. For me, obviously, I've been playing for a while now, and I've gone, Portugal, Poland, San Diego. Then Albany, I travel all over the U.S. and Canada. So I've been some pretty cool places through it. And I think that's what my dad liked about it, and then introduced it to us at a young age. And I think just my brother and I, Brian, just being able to, play in our backyard and, have that shared bond about it kind of triggered us to, love it so much and kind of want to continue playing it in high school and then college. And then, at some point it just keeps going. It's hard to just give it up because you put so much time into it. So.
And like, since we are like mostly an Olympic sports outlet, I need to ask you the question about lacrosse sixes, and it's a very young discipline. It basically was invented a few years ago, right? So I think there's also there's no real expert lacrosse six player in the world right now, maybe. But how do you find it? How much experience you have with it? And also, I know many people think it's more closer to the box lacrosse version. I mean, it's an hybrid between box and field, but many people feel it's a bit more similar to box.
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, I understand why the Olympic Committee is going with sixes. I mean, it's faster paced. It's probably easier to understand the rules for just your average viewer. If you shoot the ball and the ball goes out of bounds instead of, the guy that's closest to it just goes the other team. So similar to other sports in that regard. And I understand it's just fast and better for just like the average viewer who's not familiar with lacrosse. For me, I've actually never played sixes. I've watched it. The PLL Premier Lacrosse League does something in February that I've watched. But yeah, I mean, like you said, it's going to be a lot of. It'll be interesting to see over the next 3 years how much people play sixes, like to prepare for the Olympics, like because as you said, I don't think people have a strategy yet on like what to do, like because there's a lot of back and forth. You score, you go play offense, and you get out, go play D. But when do you sub? What type of offense do you run? Are you trying to be like a more D-focused team or more O-focused team? So I think there's, a lot still to learn. And I don't think that many people have the answers because it's only been established a few years ago. So it'll be interesting to see if like there's, sixes tournaments across the world to see if, people are trying to learn it and get better at it. Because I think it's, like you said, it's very new for a lot of people.
Okay. Anything else you want to share with us about your future plans? I mean, you went a bit into like there's the World Games 27, then an Olympic qualification process that we don't know about yet. But what's your intention? Is like to try and play as much as you can for Italy in the next few years?
Yeah, I think I would love to. I think so obviously it's 2025, 2026. There's Box Worlds, I think. I think that's in Prague. And then 2027 is obviously Tokyo. Currently 27, so I think I still got a couple years in me, but I'm getting older. But yeah, my plan is to hopefully at least play in Tokyo in 27. And then, if we were to qualify for the Olympics, obviously that'd be a surreal experience. But also I think I want to, get over to Italy and, help coach in the meantime, in the next 2 years, continue to develop those players. Cause that's one of the most fun part about it is just, being able to kind of mentor those guys and kind of, obviously I've been playing for a long time and, those guys don't have as much experience as me. So just trying to teach them as much as I know and kind of build those relationships. I think, there's a couple players that were on the team in Euros this year that were in the World. So it was, obviously awesome playing with them again. And they've gotten a lot better in 2 years. And I think if, we continue to kind of, work with them and they continue to put the work in themselves, I think, we could be really strong come 2027. So I think my goal is to try to get to Italy, once or twice a year to try to help, and coach. So that's kind of my plans for the next 2 years.
Yeah, sounds good.
Awesome.
Okay, I won't take much more of your time then. Thank you very much for speaking with us. That was very interesting, and I hope we see you in Italy and playing with Italy soon then.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Lorenzo. It was great speaking with you.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, take care. Bye.